In My Feelings, take one. Hi, my name is Isa, and today I'm in my feelings about working in the Hollywood film industry. Okay, so I am in a DJ training program. It's a program that the producers and the Directors Guild came up with to sort of include people or get people into the film industry that did not have the typical way in, which, believe it or not, is probably nepotism. People that didn't really know anybody in the film industry. And so this program, it's actually pretty cool because they place you into different sets, and you have to do 400 days on set to graduate. And when you do graduate, you become a second AD, meaning you join the DGA. There's a lot of good things and a lot of bad things. But today we're gonna talk a little bit about what it actually is to work in Hollywood. Some people think that working in Hollywood is all glam and it is all wonderful, and if you're working in it, then you made it. The truth is that working in Hollywood is pretty hard. I'm sure that everybody's heard about the extremely long hours that leave no place for work-life balance. Usually set, at least for me, will be around 14-15 hours a day, 5 days a week. But there is another important point besides the long hours, and that is how you get treated. There is this culture in Hollywood, this very strange and old-fashioned culture that you need to pay your dues to get in. So there is a lot of abuse that goes on within the film industry. So some of the bullshit that you have to deal on set, whether it be from your direct bosses, the assistant directors, or from basically anybody else on set, is this idea that you're not making a movie, you're kind of like either in war or you're a doctor that's doing some surgery, so mistakes are not allowed. And that is ridiculous, especially when you are starting up. You are supposed to make mistakes. That's the only way to learn. But mistakes are treated very severely. You get screamed at a lot, you get yelled at, you get insulted. People just treat you like you're trash, especially when you're starting out. And there is this idea that you have to earn your way up, which means that you have to endure the abuse that they endured in their time. For example, I've heard this many times. If you are a PA, you cannot sit down. You're working for 14 hours a day. How is it that you cannot sit down? Well, there will be some old school people that will tell you, oh, you have it easy. In my time, we didn't even sit down. We didn't even have water. I don't know how much I believe of that. I mean, I'm sure that way back then it was different, and our generation is trying to change that a bit. It's trying to go towards being kind and allowing for mistakes to happen. I have had the best assistant directors that I've worked under are very stern, they're strict, but they are also understanding of when you make mistakes, and they give you positive criticism. They give you criticism that you can learn from. It is not about putting you down or firing you. From this whole idea of making mistakes is terrible, you kind of learn to be afraid all the time. And that is part of the Hollywood culture, is fear, working in fear. And one thing is how other people view you and treat you. And then the second thing that really affects your mental health is how you start to treat yourself. One thing definitely about the DJ program is that it teaches you how to grow and how to manage your feelings, your emotions, your expectations, and this idea that you have to be perfect in everything that you do. So if you're trying to be perfect in everything you do, then you're putting all your worth in what you achieve. And that's gonna be very bad for your mental health. You really should put your worth on the fact that you're trying and that you're learning. Hollywood can be a very glamorous industry, and it is really fun. I mean, there are great people that work in it, and you do get to hang out with famous people, actors, and see some cool blow up, but that is not who you are. And you shouldn't have to sacrifice your mental health to follow your passion. Most of the people that I know that work in Hollywood, except for the grips, they are really passionate about what they do. And that is the reason that they're there. And we think that to get to where we want to get, we just have to leave everything on the road. And I don't think that's entirely healthy. I think we should be moving towards a place where you can enjoy your work, you can be good at it, but that does not have to mean sacrificing your work-life balance. I'm Isa, and I was in my feelings about working in the Hollywood film industry.